Hi, everyone. It is me, Jordan Long here, and today I'm going to talk about how, someone out there would say, oh, they're done with watching it because the ownership or the leadership has shifted and stuff. Or how someone might think that it did shift, but at the end of the day, the small shifts that did happen made them think more than they thought about WWE. I mean, oh, that's it. Jordan, I don't think I'm going to be watching it anymore. So you're not going to be watching it anymore. Uh, so you're not going to be watching anymore. Emily. Yeah, that's right. You know, because the ownership is going to shift, the leadership is going to shift, and it really wasn't as good as you thought it was. Well, first off, I mean, first off, I gotta say, I mean, okay, let me say this the right way, in the way I want to say it. Alright, so, you know, first off, the only shifts that happened during those last 4 months that folks have any truth to, there's any truth to, was yeah, a lot of former wrestlers and hirelings got hired back after being wrongly fired. They got to get their full ring name back for some. They got to get their old song back for others. And at least, if they were lucky, they would at least be booked and written on the show, at least near to how they were handled before, either on NXT or Raw or SmackDown before that. And yes, a lot of folks did go to the live shows and the live shows and the house shows and he's in whatever the Farseer shows. But that didn't make it flawless. It didn't make you think, oh, it got its edge back. Oh yes, need be the watch time kinda did go up on USA and Fox at that time. But it wasn't like it ever lost its edge or got its edge back. And now folks are like, oh, it lost its edge. They're going back to the way they are. Vince McMahon is telling Hunter Helmsley and Kevin Dunn and Brother Love, this is the way I want you to run the shows, and that's the way I want you to write and book it now. He does got that say what he can tell them to do because he is still the owner in some way. And I know some folks out there think that the new ownership, which has bought WWE but cannot really do much with it until after they get the all right that everything is lawful to do so, they're frightened of what they're going to do. So if you want to stop watching, that's your own business. That's your own right. But I've been watching WWE for years. Well, I mean, I'm going to, well, first off, I'm not going to tell you what to do and what not to do because that would not be right. Emily go. That would not be right, Jordan. But I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to not watch it anymore. Because it's not good anymore. Or need be, it never was good. And I know a lot of folks have been hating on it and scathing it and guilting it and shaming it and sliding it. And scathing it, as I said, since 2001, while maybe even earlier than that. You know, yeah, I guess you're right, Emily. At the end of the day, I guess you're right. A lot of folks that probably either loved it, either liked it, or they didn't like it. And you can't make everyone happy. But at the end of the day, you're going to do what you're going to do. You know, I have always seemed to be a lone wolf when it comes to liking things that other folks either like or did not do not like anymore or never liked. You know, And as long as no one never ever shamed me or guilted me for liking something that they didn't like anymore, never liked, I'm alright with that. You know? But I guess you folks had too much hope. WWE never gave you that fake hope. But I think you watched the shows, and I think you gave yourself that hope that it was going to get good again. Or at least in your belief that it was going to get good again. What's Bjorn's about that one? And I know what you folks like to guilt everything on you don't like. Oh, it's kin friendly. Well, it's been kin friendly since 2008 YL. Vince McMahon, well, he's owned WWE since 9 between 82 YL, and he's had his hands in almost everything that WWE has done in some way over those half of those 70 years that he's owned it. You know? So there's always that. At least one thing you don't have to bitch about right now is wrestlers losing their full ring names, or not having their first songs back, or at least not being hired back. At least you don't have to bitch about that. What you folks are probably going to bitch and rant about is how they're being booked, how they're being written now. It's nowhere near how they were in NXT. You know, oh, they should have won this match, they should have lost this match. You know, Vince McMahon has no right to tell Hunter Hearst Helmsley and Kevin Dunn and Bruce Pritchard, their brother love, how the show run, how to book and write. You know, whatever. But at the end of the day, whatever you folks choose to rant or bitch about, that's your own right. But I'm still going to watch WWE. No need what ownership, what leadership it has. You know, what you're going to do is your own business. But I like everything about it. Yeah, well, how can you watch a show, film, or play? Like, how can you watch W and like every single thing about the show? Because it's a made up show. I'm not worried about the ownership or the leadership. Because when I'm watching a show, that's all I'm doing is watching the show. I'm not worried about all the other shit that everyone else is worried about. If it was any other film business or show business or any other play business, no one would be caring about the leadership. No one would be caring about the ownership. But since it's skilled wrestling, everyone has to care about the ownership and the leadership. And I guess you're right. Emily says, I guess you're right. Hey, what you choose to do is your own business. When that was me talking with my new friend Emily about why she's done watching WWE. Now, that's her own business, and if she wants to do that, that's good for her. Anyway, if you like this film, then follow me over here at the Jordan Long Fairway. What's the other film that I made yesterday, my birthday gathering? I, Jordan Long, I see you later. Bye.